let's move on. And Ryan just looks a little bit, how you going? And I look over to him and he's just not doing so great. He's kind of swaying a bit. And then he's like, I reckon I need to vom too. Like, just watching me vom was enough to set him off. So he's there. He's leant over the toilet and he's there for about like a couple of minutes and then just starts projectile vomiting like all over the toilet. Like everywhere. Just like so much vomit. And then so he sort of has his vomit and it looks like it's finishing up and he just sort of like butt scoots out of the stall of the bathroom to be like into the main area of the bathroom. And we just hear like, are you guys okay? And we look over to the door and there's like 4 strippers standing in the doorway like checking on us.
What?
And Ryan just looks up at him and just goes,
Damn, why did you...
in front of all of these strippers. And they were still down to take us home after they had watched him projectile mun everywhere.
Oh, no.
And we're like, all right, time to go. Ryan cleans himself up a bit. And then we literally like walked off to our hotel room to take him back to fucking go fuck him. We had like walked really like plastered, like stumbled through the streets to an ATM to go get money out. And we take him back to our room and we get up there and I'm like, it's happening. We're actually going to do it. Because like
Hello and welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes. Oh my god, by Tappin CJ. He said it good.
Good on him.
I'm joined today by Swagger Souls.
Hi.
Zuckles.
G'day, boys.
McCreamy. Shut the fuck up, McCreamy. Shut the fuck up.
Well, you piece of shit.
John on the radio.
Hey.
And I Notorious, a.k.a. Matt.
Hello.
And we have nothing to talk about today. It's been
That's all right, boys. It's been real good.
all right. We've already
Thanks for listening.
No, I mean, Zuckles, you went to LA recently. Why don't we start it there? You've been to LA by yourself. You missed
Yeah,
your first
God knows
flight.
how I fucking got it.
You missed your first flight.
Yeah, so like, I'll tell you, I'll go to that
from the
part.
beginning.
Yeah. So, obviously, like, a lot of you know that I've been out in fucking America lately, and, you know, we doing big things, boys, alright? We doing big things. Nah, but seriously, like, I got my flights booked and shit, and so I'm like, I'm all ready, I'm all organised, because this is, like, my first time ever going on, like, an international flight on my own. And so I get to the airport, and I went to the check-in, checking my luggage,
right?
and I'm high as fuck. Oh yeah, oh god,
you're
I was absolutely fucked. But I was ready. I was like ready, dude. So I'm like, you know, got my bag, got my headphones on, jamming to some nightcore, walking to the counter. And I get there, and I'm like, acting all big and tough because you know I'm on my own now in the airport, like I'm a big boy. I hand her my e-ticket, and I'm like, yeah, ready. And she goes,
You mean all the way back out to the back of the head?
your flight was actually yesterday. I'm like,
what? My flight was yesterday. And like from that, like my eyes shot up, dude. I was like, oh fuck, wait, that can't be right. And then she just pretty much told me to like go redirect to the counter and shit, and it all just went downhill. Let's just say I didn't catch the flight that night.
And then you DM me and Jay, and you're like, missed my flight, bro. They fucked me over. Like you misspelled it because you're a high.
I thought you were like actually in trouble.
But they spelled fucked me over with a J. Like that's how fucked you.
Yeah, I was ready. Like I would have clutched up at that airport. Like I would have gone through it.
Yeah, I believe it. So you got on the flight the next day, though, right? No worries.
Yeah. So I went out to LA. I went
to get stoned again.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But why not?
That's the best way to do it, dude. Like I'm not saying you should do drugs at all.
But you should do drugs.
But yeah, exactly.
Especially on an international flight.
Yeah, international flight. Like this was my first time ever catching an international flight on my own as well. Like I was by myself, dude. Me out of all of, like anyone else. It was just me. But yeah, like I took the flight. It was all well. Landed. And then I got the Uber to the, the Clout House. I mean, not to brag.
Whoa, the Cloud House?
Yeah, the Clout House. The house in the clouds. And
casually.
And but like I went in, met, like introduced myself and shit, and like they were really fucking cool people. Honestly, like some of them are insane.
Do you want to explain what the Cloud House is for your listeners who are 40 years old and don't understand what the Cloud House is?
Yeah, so it's a mix of like a couple people that have clout. Clout definition being...
Wait, so what the fuck were you doing there?
Okay, alright. No, but there's some things going on in the background behind the scenes right now that may go through or may not. We don't know yet for sure, but it's pretty much to do with phase. And there was a lot of shit that we had to discuss, and pretty much one of them was to click with all the people and like see how the environment was and how I like behaved. And let's just say my autism does its job well, and you know I made my mark in that house already.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the Snapchat.
We were watching all the videos on Twitter. Everyone in face following you around with their camera phones like you're a fucking animal.
Dude, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how I made it back to Australia alive, dude. Like seriously, holy fuck. There was this night at the phase party. So like there was this big phase thing that happened. It was like a Chinese theater rented out and shit. And then like there was the after party at the Clout House afterwards. And I got really baked. Like, I was walking this house barefoot. Like, I looked like a hobo walking through. And there was one of those, you know, those hoverboard things with two wheels and you, like, balance. It's like a Segway without handlebars. Yeah. And, like, I was so fucked, and there was that many people, because I went into this environment knowing nobody. Like, I knew no one there. Like, literally no one. I was, like, floating around on this hoverboard high as fuck while everyone's, like, drunk and partying. And, dude, I felt like an IRL, like, gimbal, dude. I was, like, observing everything really weird. I was, like, floating around, like, looking at people with my arms by my sides and shit. It was just, it was a good night, though. But, yeah.
Was it what you expected?
Damn.
Honestly, it was. It really was. I wasn't expecting anything like true out of the blue.
Who was the funniest person there?
The funniest person? Oof. Fuck. Like
Was Keemstar there?
Yeah, Keem was the funniest cunt. That's it. Dude, Keem is legit one of the funniest cunts I've ever met, dude. Holy shit. Because I won't go into too much detail.
Is he funny on purpose or just funny because he's
naturally? No, not just because he's Keemstar. Like he's naturally funny. Really, he naturally is.
I remember I was watching you playing Friday Fortnite in like the FaZe offices, and like I think you like heard Keem yell at you or something, or like Keem was fucking with you in some way, and you just whip your head around and you go, Keem, go over there and shake your head off, I'll trim your goatee, man.
That office already hates me by far. There's no doubt.
Oh man, didn't they snag your webcam during that stream?
Yeah, they yoinked my webcam midstream,
Why?
dude. They fucking yoinked it. I don't know.
Oh man.
They said they needed it for the pro players, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, fine. Go, be my guest, dude. Roll out the red carpet while you're at it, you know? Fuck.
Yeah.
It was a good trip, though. Like, to go into an environment like that on my own and being me, like my retarded self, I'd say I did a pretty good fucking job, honestly. I really did.
I think you, by the sounds of things, you handled yourself pretty well, I think.
Yeah. And I was
actually genuinely worried because, you know, as most of our listeners know, Zuckles is genuinely probably one of the most autistic people that we know.
Yeah.
So, like, the idea of him, like, being shipped off to LA by himself with all these, like, fucking, like, big personalities and stuff, I was like, he's not going to come back in one piece, man.
Only 15 more Pokemon to complete the Kanto Pokédex. Benny.